Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. I am in Corona, California. I'm surrounded by cool guitars because I'm at the Fender Custom Shop. There's so much handwork going on here at the Custom Shop, and we're also going to get a chance to speak with some of the master builders about the truly custom guitars that they're making.
Yeah, I actually grew up around here. My dad came on board when Bill Schultz was at the helm, and he was brought on to kind of restructure the product. He was responsible for the Vintage Reissue series, the American Standard series.
How do you take a customer's idea for a guitar to fruition and a completed instrument?
Well, it's always different, especially with the customer. Some guys really want to be involved all the way, and that's fine, and some guys just want a great guitar. And the thing that I really enjoy about the job is trying to make that a reality. That's what I really, really love, is trying to find what's in this guy's head, what he's looking for, because paying this much money for a custom guitar without being able to play it first is scary as hell.
A lot of the customer guitars are a little bit more demanding on what they want as far as colors, as far as the amount of wear. What the beauty is a lot of time they'll leave that up to us because they know what we do here is like, this guy knows what he's doing, man. I just want an old beat up 59 Strat, but really beat up. I'm like, okay. And I like it when they tell me they don't have a specific wear pattern. We want you to just to do your voodoo to it. I'm like, okay, no problem. I get it. And then I started asking them questions like, well, what kind of style of music do you play? And, or were you a heavy player, in the bars a lot, so we can get all the smells and everything right on the guitar, Most of the time it's a home run. They love what they get at the end.
So you have got the tricked out workshop here, man.
It's long overdue. I mean, I've been working in the same rat hole for many years, and I thought it was time for an upgrade and do something that we practically live here more than we do in our own home, so might as well have something that's comfortable for us and still be able to get the work done.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the really cool things that you've been able to do in your career here is work with some amazing artists to come up with their signature guitars, and you've got some of them hanging here. Are these like the prototypes?
Yeah, they're all prototypes from the first article guitars that we sent out to the artist to approve, and I figure I'll keep them here as a keepsake thing, and I can refer to them when people have questions about it, or something comes back on a warranty repair or something like that. I can go, okay, yeah, I remember this, and look at things. So yeah, that's but it's more of a trophy thing for me to kind of hang them on the wall.
Well earned, I'm sure. It's very cool. So give us a tour of what you got hanging up here.
This one right here is the very first Relic that I ever did, and I just wanted to hang on to it because it's just something that kind of reminds me how I got started into it and how it's turned into all this madness now. But one of the very first big ones before I became a builder, right after I became a builder, was the Stevie Ray Vaughan #1. The actual production ones that I did look a little bit different from this. This was the very first stab at it that I did that I thought looked pretty close to his, even though there's some things that need to be refined, and I was able to do that later on. But that's the very first one, and the one we showed Jimmy, he loved it. The latest one that we've done now, it's another recreation of the Stevie Ray Vaughan that they wanted to do this year. It's called the Vaughn Brothers Set. So you get 30 pieces worldwide. It'll include the Stevie Ray Vaughan Strat and Jimmy Vaughan Strat. And what's cool about the Stevie Ray, it's like, well, why did you guys do the Stevie Ray Vaughan again? Well, we did it because people wanted it, but we didn't want to do it the same way we did the first one. I think it would piss off a lot of people that were, hoping to get an exclusive. This is definitely exclusive. Now there's only 30 pieces made, but this guitar is the way Stevie's looked like probably 15, closer to 20 years before it looked the way after he died. So you can see the amount of wear that was already starting to happen. All the modifications were already there during that time, but he had a different pick guard, a 3-ply pick guard on there. And you could tell obviously the wear was just starting to really take off on it, and so I copied that down to the best I could to a lot of the photos and video that I was able to obtain from the family and stuff, and keep up with that. This one was a real mother to do, but it's a really cool guitar and well deserved for Jimmy this year. This is the famous Thunderbird Strat that I always remember for, and it was like one of his favorite guitars. And we knocked it off exactly 1-to-1 to his, right down to the wear on the back and the pinup girl and all that stuff. Had custom stickers and all that stuff all over it, and showed it to him at NAMM this year, and he freaked out. He said, "This is my guitar, man, my guitar." So it was a really cool project to be involved in, especially with the brothers both being honored and big deal. So yeah, that's it. I mean, there's other ones that I've worked on too, but I don't have the room in here to store them anymore. But it's just cool to have a little bit of the history in here, and when tours come through, and we can show them kind of the stuff that we've done and what we do, and that's it.
So there are a number of master builders here now. Does a customer request a particular master builder? Do you have specialties of things you work on, or how does that decision get made?
It's almost like building your own business here a lot of the time. We have our own regular clientele, whether it's regular customer based or Rockstar based or whatever. We kind of have our group of guys. And then a lot of times the sales guys will take a look at an order and think, well, this would probably be good for, John or Dennis or whatever, based on what we have already ordered, what we've made, what we like to make. There's a lot of variables that go into it, but a lot of times when we have repeat customers, it's because we've already been building for them.
Some of the guitars I was checking out in the design lab in the entrance to the building, where you have like a showcase of the custom shop stuff and some of the different possibilities there, are featuring roasted necks and even roasted bodies, I understand now. Tell us what that brings to the process.
By roasting a neck and roasting a body, what that is supposed to do is kind of make it resonate more like an actual vintage guitar. So what you're doing by roasting it is you're taking all of the moisture out of the wood, and you're taking all of the oxygen out of the wood. It crystallizes and it compresses the actual cellular structure, which gives you a guitar that has a tone that's closer to an actual vintage guitar.
So obviously Fender makes a lot of great guitars, and they have all kinds of different price points, all different lines that they make in the standard Fender line, as well as some custom shops, some team-built things. As a master builder, what do you bring to the table for a guitarist who's looking for their ideal guitar?
Well, I'm really strict on attention to detail, and I'll look for stuff that maybe most people don't see, because I just want the guitar to be absolutely perfect in every aspect that you can think of. And even if the customer's not going to see this little detail, I want it to be perfect because I know it's there, and I take a lot of pride in my work.
I think it's just, especially with the master build stuff, it's an individual taste from each one of the builders. You're getting the very best of Fender through our guitars. What we like to make the customer feel is that they're a part of the build. That's the good thing about master build guitars, is we get to contact them, make them feel like they're a part of the actual build of the guitar, and that brings them something special in the very end. Same kind of goes with our team built stuff. We do a lot of the team built custom stuff, which is not everyday stuff that you would find in a regular guitar center, or one of those places that have those type of guitars. So we could do those too, but we do a lot of the custom stuff over there. But the master build stuff is like the cream of the crop, and pretty much anything you want, anything goes. And we think that's a very special thing to have here at Fender.
Well, first and foremost, I want to make sure that they actually get the exact guitar of their dreams. I want to make sure that before I start any build process, that all of the specs are exactly what they want. If they have any questions regarding specs, I'm always here to answer them or help guide them down a path to get them what they ultimately want. The main goal for me is to build a guitar that you never want to put down.
I hope you've enjoyed this look behind the scenes at the Fender Custom Shop. This is an amazing place. The artisans working here, the materials they work with, the instruments they turn out, absolutely stunning. And if you're looking to design your ultimate guitar, the Fender Custom Shop can definitely do it for you. Just get in touch with your Sweetwater sales engineer. They'll be happy to make it happen for you. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater.